My name is Michael Waterhouse and I'm the Director of Performing Arts here at AKS Lytham. A question that's often asked of me at open events is, what opportunities are there for my child to develop in the performing arts at your school? So today I'm going to have a discussion with two of my colleagues from the Performing Arts Department to explore that in a little bit more detail and hopefully offer some insight into what's available at this school.
My name is Adam Brown and I'm Coordinator of Co-Curricular Music and I teach music across all the year groups.
My name's Martha Worthington and I'm Coordinator of Co-Curricular Drama and I teach drama across all the year groups.
So I suppose a good starting point for us to think about performing arts in the schools, to think about the curriculum and the sort of lessons that students can expect if they come and study the performing arts with us here at AKS. So Martha, why don't you tell us a little bit about drama lessons throughout the school? What sort of things can people expect in their drama lessons?
I try and cover a range of different things in the lessons. We start for Year 7 as if everyone's starting fresh and we have an introduction to drama. We look at the different types of staging, the different techniques an actor will use, and as we progress through the year groups we add to that. We've looked at commedia dell'arte, we've looked at physical theatre, and something new that we're introducing now is acting for screen and looking at what the differences are between a stage production and a screen production.
That's so important at the minute, isn't it? Because of the move to so many things being virtual, there's definitely a need now for students to have those kind of skills, isn't there? How much would you say we respond to the needs of the industry and the students themselves when we're planning curriculum?
I think it's quite interesting because when we look at our GCSE exam board, a lot of it is referencing what it's like to work in a professional theatre and what the industry is like in that sense. So we sort of salt the year groups with the different elements of that course coming in, introducing these different theatre roles. But now, like we say, as we're looking at this element of recorded performance, it's quite a nice introduction, and we look at it from different aspects. So it's not you are solely working as an actor; it's an opportunity to almost direct, produce, and edit. So it's quite nice to provide a sort of wide range view of different roles associated with the dramatic world.
Absolutely, and that kind of industry focus is so important, isn't it? And I think it's something that we definitely consider. In addition to those kind of skills, which are so subject-based, what kind of transferable skills do you think our students develop through drama? There's so many, aren't there?
Well, naturally, I think it's obviously a confidence builder. Throughout the lessons, you're asked to perform, to speak in front of others, to share your opinions, which has been so vital for every single pupil moving throughout the school, whether or not they take the subject at exam level. You can see that there's use of those skills throughout their time here at AKS. Beyond that, we have opportunities to work as a group, and we have those collaboration and communicative skills as well. The list is endless.
It goes on, doesn't it? I'm sure you probably say the same thing about music, wouldn't you, Adam?
Absolutely, yes. There's lots of transferable skills that you can learn in music, from confidence building to teamwork and communication skills, music being a great example of non-verbal communication.
Absolutely.
We take a holistic approach to music at AKS, and we cover lots of variety of genres as well as lots of different skills. We try to instill the passion for music right at the beginning in Year 7 and build up the skills that will make a transition to GCSE nice and smooth.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that people often ask at open events is about what the weighting is between practical lessons and more theory-based lessons. And I think something that is true of both subjects is that we try and use a kind of blended approach of those two elements and try and explore some of the theoretical concepts through those practical lessons and the practical skills. Would you say that was true in music?
Absolutely, yes. The theory of music is built within the lessons, but as you said, demonstrated practically. Through the use of notation and keyboards and ukuleles, and ranging all the way up to guitars and basses and a whole variety of instruments. And of course, we focus a lot on singing and the vocal abilities too.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I think I'm really proud of is that these skills and the lessons that are taught throughout the lower school lead on to a really great progression to GCSE, don't they? And we've seen such amazing successes, both in music and drama, in terms of students at GCSE achieving those highest possible results, which obviously is an important factor, but also we see them moving on to careers in the industry, or perhaps going on and winning competitions and taking part in extracurricular activities outside of just what's on offer here at school. But mentioning those co-curricular opportunities that there are, that's such an integral part of our department, isn't it? And something that I think people are often drawn to, and I think we could be really proud of. So what sort of things go on in music? What might a student's weekly timetable look like if they're involved in co-curricular music?
At co-curricular music, we have a vast variety of clubs and ensembles that people can join. We range from singing groups of all different abilities. We have Key Stage 3 singers for year 7 to 9. We also have a chamber choir as well as a whole school choir for anyone to join. Array of instrumental ensembles. We have a concert band and a swing band, and we have lots of ensembles that students have built themselves. They have asked if they can join a band or create a band, and we've made sure that that's happened.
Yeah, I think that's echoing things that we've said already, that it's really tailored to individual students, isn't it? And we look at, I know we've had this discussion before, Martha, looking at people's interests and their abilities and their starting points, and figuring out how we can tailor our approach to them. What sort of things go on in drama that people might be interested in?
I think it's quite nice. Each year we sort of look at the calendar and we fill it together. I get the drama club and say, what can we do? What would you like to do? And I'm really influenced by what pupils are interested in. At the moment we've got clubs for year 7, 8, 9, 10, and we look for spotlighting opportunities for older pupils as well. In the club at the moment we're working on a mini production of Matilda the musical, which is quite interesting because we are using our acting for screen skills there, and we're almost creating almost like a film more so than a stage production. We've also had opportunities this year where we've had our older students perform sections of a monologue from Shakespeare, and it's quite nice, like you say, each student has a different skill. Not everyone is a Shakespearean actor, not everyone is a physical theatre performer, but it's nice to find different moments throughout the year to spotlight those performing traits.
Yeah, what we don't want to do really is to try and pigeonhole students into a particular way of thinking or a particular style or genre, because I think sometimes throughout school it can sometimes feel in performing arts, in my experience elsewhere, that perhaps students are taken down a particular route or a path that might not match their individual interests. And I'm really proud of the opportunities that we give to students to develop in their own way here at this school. So one of the things I'm really proud of is the way that we've been able to continue to offer co-curricular opportunities despite the fact that the school's not open in the usual way. So here at AKS we obviously have a wide range of opportunities in normal circumstances, but what things have AKS pupils been able to get involved with during the period of school closure?
Co-curricular music has thrived during the lockdown. We've had a whole host of different weekly challenges for our students to take part in, which named the Cover Song Challenge. And each week students are given a different theme and they need to cover in their own style a song which fits that theme. And then weekly we create a little montage which goes out on our social media. Our ensembles have still been rehearsing and practicing. We have virtual rehearsals where we meet to keep the social element of our co-curricular provisions alive, and we perform in several virtual concerts. We've had a large-scale summer concert and a large-scale carol service, as well as some smaller-scale concerts as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that events like the carol service demonstrate some of the approach that is cross-departmental, and we have students who are skilled in acting will take part in some of the speaking elements of it, and then we have our musical performers delivering those musical elements of the virtual performance. So we've mentioned already examples of things like the monologue showcase, which have taken place in drama throughout the period of school closure, or perhaps when we've not been able to operate in the normal way. What other opportunities have there been for students to showcase their drama skills and take part in dramatic activities while things have been slightly different than normal?
We've managed to get involved with the Cover Song Challenge, and we've sort of branded it as the sing it, speak it, play it version, where pupils can take the lyrics from a song and perform it as if it was a spoken monologue, and it really gives an interesting spin on some of our popular songs from today.
I think sometimes that shows you some of the things that you don't notice in lyrics as well. Some of the more recent ones have pointed out little nuances, and I think that's one of the nice things about when you collaborate as a department, isn't it? Across both disciplines, music and drama, you see some of those links that maybe aren't so obvious straight away. And what are we looking forward to that's coming up in the future?
We've again collaborated to create the Encore Showcase, which is a musical theatre showcase where pupils can perform, they can sing, they can dance, and it's in aid of raising money for Lowther Pavilion Theatre, which is obviously a second home for our performers. Obviously, we usually have a grand scale musical there each year, but given the impact of this year, theatres are closed and pupils want to do something to support our local theatres.
Yeah, and I think what you mentioned there really for me is one of the things that an AKS experience in performing arts is what makes that so different to what you might expect elsewhere, because every year, ordinarily, we'd be heading over to the Lowther Theatre, professional, fully operating theatre, to deliver our musical, which obviously involves students from music and drama across the department, in a professional setting, which I think is such a great opportunity, isn't it? How valuable would you say that is for young people to take part in something at that professional level?
It's tremendously valuable. I think it has impact on pupils studying at exam level. You can see direct connections there when you work in a working theatre with professionals. I think it elevates this level of performance because, you know, we are in that environment. And what's also possibly one of the nicest things about coming together as a ensemble, as a company almost, that in that environment, the bonds that pupils have created throughout the entire rehearsal process just become stronger. And it's lovingly pupils refer to being involved in the musical as the drama family, and I think that's quite a nice thing to think about, that we're more than just pupils, we're more like a family, and we care about each other and we want the best for each other there.
Yeah, that's so rewarding, isn't it, to hear students say things like that. And I think at AKS, that's one thing that I noticed, that we hear things like that from the students regularly, that they do feel involved and they feel like they're part of something that's bigger than just school or just lessons. It's something more fundamental to their experience, isn't it? Would you say that same thing is true in music ensembles?
Absolutely, yes. The ensembles become almost second families. Music builds on non-verbal communication, as we said at the start, and the ability to understand what someone else is thinking and communicate that through music without speaking because you're playing, really does bring a sense of togetherness from all the musicians that play together.
Yeah, I know that when I was at school, one thing I really valued was being part of that community, and music and drama felt like somewhere to that I belonged and somewhere that to go to. And I think we definitely see that, don't we, from pupils who are happy to spend break times and lunch times and after school in the department and want to be part of something, because I think they see that it's wider than any one individual person, isn't it? And it's something that they can grow into and develop and contribute to and leave a lasting impression on, definitely. In addition to those things that we've mentioned, so we've spoken about the curriculum and also about the co-curricular opportunities, we do also have, the department is wider than who we see just here, isn't it? We have our team of visiting teachers as well, and pupils can take part in peripatetic music lessons with a range of skilled professional musicians, and then we have our amazing speech and drama teacher who comes along and does Lambda exams and preparation with our students. In addition to what we've mentioned already about the curriculum opportunities and the co-curricular provision, which is so strong, students also have the chance, don't they, to engage with our subjects on a wider level, because the department is more than just us who we see here. We of course have our visiting team of professional musicians and our fantastic speech and drama teacher, giving students the opportunity to take graded exams, don't we? What kind of successes have we seen in those exams?
In the past, we've actually had 100% distinction, which is almost unheard of, and it's really down to the hard work of the pupils and Elaine Bennett, who's a fantastic Lambda teacher. It's quite nice how what they study in these sort of one-to-one sessions can be so impactful in their studying of drama throughout their years at school as well.
Yeah, definitely. There's a real link, isn't there, between what students do in those lessons and then what they can bring into the curriculum and the wider co-curricular opportunities for drama too. And the same absolutely is true in music, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had a wonderful history of success in our exams. We have 10 visiting music teachers who teach almost any instrument you could think of to all of our students. We've had a wonderful history of success in our graded exams on a variety of exam boards. We've had some wonderful young musicians who have even scored distinction at grade 8 in year 8, in fact.
which is just incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're talking about students operating here at really the highest levels. And it's so incredible that we see that progression throughout the school, and they're able to work together, not just with other pupils who are at that same sort of level, but like we've mentioned already, pupils of all levels and all experiences all come together, don't they, and take part in this family that you've mentioned, Martha. I think it's the best word to describe the department here at AKS. So in addition to everything that we've said today, there's lots of opportunities for parents, prospective parents and students and current parents and students to have a look at what goes on in the department. So thank you for joining us for this discussion, but I would encourage you, if you'd like to find out a little bit more about performing arts at AKS, that you head over to our YouTube channel, the school's YouTube channel, and go to the Performing Arts playlist, which is on there. What you'll see is a variety of performances recorded live or recorded during the lockdown, but you'll also find a summary of the department as produced, giving a bit more of an overview of things that you can expect. So thank you for joining us for this discussion, and please do get in touch if you have any questions.